Over the years, the NBA has seen a lot of talented players play on its courts. There have been stars that define every age, from Michael Jordan's ability to walk on air to Shaquille O'Neal's dominance on the court. Wardell Stephen Curry, on the other hand, has changed the game more than most. Curry, who is known to fans all over the world as Steph, went from being told he was too small to play major college basketball to changing the NBA with his amazing shot skills. In this video, there's so much of interest to talk about, so we want you to stick around until the end.
From midcourt, it's good!
Before getting into more details, we first discuss his early life and background. The arrival of a child prodigy in the city of Akron, Ohio took place on March 14, 1988. Even before he could walk, Wardell Stephen Curry II, better known by his nickname Steph, was destined to have his life forever linked to the game of basketball. The appeal of the hardwood floor was ingrained in his DNA thanks to his family's long history of basketball success. His father, Dell Curry, was a legendary sharpshooter in the NBA, and not just any player. He was known as one of the most accurate shooters in the league. In addition, Steph's younger brother, Seth, would later follow in Steph's footsteps and make a name for himself in the world of professional basketball as well. The basketball gene did not stop with Steph. Young Steph Curry did not only watch basketball once his family relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina. Rather, he immersed himself in the game and took every waking moment of his life to play it. As he accompanied his father to games, the sound of bouncing balls, the shrill of the referee's whistle, and the roar of the crowd became his lullaby. He would fall asleep to these sounds. These early experiences with the spotlight of the NBA were more than simply moments of amazement for him. They were also opportunities to learn, sources of motivation, and a look into the potential of his future. However, as he entered his teenage years, the path that lay ahead of him appeared to be difficult. Even though it was obvious that he loved playing the game, many people were suspicious of the kind of player he might become. The fact that he was slim and did not stand as tall as many of his contemporaries led to widespread criticism regarding his physical prowess. Would he be able to handle the grueling schedule that comes with playing basketball at the professional level? They had no idea that Steph's extraordinary rise to NBA success would be defined by the tenacity and resolve that he would create in response to the challenges he faced along the way. From underdog to basketball phenomenon, let's discover the unforgettable journey of Steph Curry at Davidson. In a world where high-flying college basketball stars and top-tier recruits rule the roost, Steph Curry's biography stands out as an inspiring example of perseverance and persistence. Because of his extraordinary talent and his illustrious high school basketball career at Charlotte Christian School, it appeared as though Curry was destined for a position on a top-tier basketball team. But fate had other things in store. Curry made the decision to pursue his education at Davidson College, a mid-major university, despite the fact that the big names weren't paying attention to him. Nobody could have possibly predicted that the execution of this decision would herald the beginning of something so spectacular. Curry went from being a basketball phenomenon to a well-kept secret while he was still a student at Davidson College. It is safe to say that his sophomore year was nothing short of miraculous. He staged a Cinderella story that saw the Davidson Wildcats defy all odds and make a remarkable run to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. This run was a highlight of the Davidson Wildcats season. Curry's performances were nothing short of captivating, and they were characterized by his amazing ability to shine even under the most intense levels of pressure. Not only did Curry's scoring spree set him apart from other players, but so did his fearlessness when he faced teams from larger, more prestigious schools. Fans of basketball all across the world began to take notice of him with each basket and each move he made while he was playing, and he won their hearts in the process. Nobody knew at the time, but this incredible experience that Curry had when he was attending Davidson would just be the beginning of what would eventually lead him to become a superstar in the NBA. Let's get into Steph Curry's journey with the Golden State Warriors. Keep watching, everyone. The choice that Golden State Warriors made to take Steph Curry with the 7th overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft was one that caused more than a few people to scratch their heads. Some people doubted that this guard, who had a rather tiny build, would be able to withstand the punishing physicality of the professional game. However, Doubt is the precursor to greatness, as the old proverb goes, and Curry was about to demonstrate this in the most astounding way possible. Curry, who has the work ethic that never wavers, didn't merely adjust to the rigors of the NBA. Rather, he began on a journey to rewrite the entire offensive playbook for the league, and he did this by working tirelessly. It was a change of such magnitude that it would reverberate across the basketball community on a global scale. Curry's extraordinary abilities were able to reach their full potential thanks to the creative coaching of Steve Kerr, who guided the Warriors. Under the watchful guidance of their star point guard, they pioneered the age of small ball and established themselves as a dominant force in three-point shooting. Curry possessed legendary range, which, when paired with his dazzling ball handling abilities and a release that was so fast that it appeared magical, made him nearly impossible to guard. On the court, he was not merely a shooter, rather, he was a magician that could make what seemed like an impossible feat appear simple. After that, they formed a collaboration that would forever carve both of their names into the record books of basketball. Together with Klay Thompson, the two of them were a formidable force on the court and became known as the Splash Brothers. Their consistent performances beyond the arc shattered records, questioned the perceived wisdom of the rules of the game, and propelled the Warriors into the realm of Dynasty basketball. The Golden State Warriors, long considered an underdog, were suddenly a force to be reckoned with, thanks to Steph Curry's unrelenting dedication and the exciting brand of basketball he and his colleagues brought to the floor. It was a makeover that permanently altered the landscape of the NBA, a trip that started with doubt and ended with stardom. When we think about Steph Curry, the first question that hits our mind is, this question still might be on your mind, is Steph Curry the greatest shooter of all time? There are a number of compelling indicators that support Steph Curry's claim to be the greatest shooter of all time, including the following. With unshakable consistency, Curry has engraved his name among the elite in three-pointers made each season. All of this has been accomplished while maintaining a startling degree of efficiency that many people find to be the object of their envy. In the annals of NBA history, Curry's supremacy is immortalized through a number of records, one of which is the astounding accomplishment of owning the record for the most three-pointers in a single season. Curry's mere presence on the floor has the effect of creating an unfathomable gravitational pull on the other team's defense. His ability to stretch and distort defensive strategies is a phenomenon that has never been seen before in the annals of the sport. As a result, he is able to create golden opportunities for his teammates. Perhaps one of the most ringing testimonies to his excellence is the way to which Curry's style of play has become a pattern for a new generation of aspiring basketball stars. His singular style has fundamentally altered offensive game plans utilized by teams around the league, which demonstrates the breadth and depth of his deep influence. The reign of Steph Curry as the greatest shooter of all time shines brilliantly in the realm of basketball legends, leaving an indelible impression on the sport and encouraging future generations to aspire to greatness. Well, do you guys think that Steph Curry's legacy and impact forever changed the game of basketball? Steph Curry's legacy goes beyond his impressive stats and titles. The best way to describe his impact is as a seismic shift, a force that changed the very nature of basketball as we know it. Curry's success changed the game and bravely challenged long-held basketball rules. It's shocking. He made it clear that a team could reach the top of the sport by using the three-point shot. This set a new standard that many others have since followed. His crazy three-pointers, which he threw from distances that seemed crazy at the time, changed the way basketball is played forever and wowed fans and other players. There's another part of Curry's heritage that makes him unique, and it has nothing to do with basketball. It's his humble personality and quiet grace that makes people forget that he's a celebrity. With his amazing story of how he went from being an unknown recruit to a global star, Curry has won the hearts of millions of people and became one of the most beloved figures in modern sports. He's not just a basketball player. He's a great example of how strong people can be. Wow, what a player he is. Curry's story shows us that with unwavering passion, unrelenting hard work, and a dash of creativity, you can beat chances that seemed impossible to overcome. His legacy isn't just about three-pointers and championships. It's about hard work, inspiration, and the idea that anyone can become great with the right mix of drive and vision. Steph Curry's rise from an unnoticed college student to the best shooter in the NBA is both inspiring and life-changing. His influence goes beyond the court. He has encouraged many people to believe in their own skills and question the way things are. No matter what has happened in his career, one thing is certain. Steph Curry has made the NBA and the rest of the sport world better. What are your thoughts about it? We would love to see your comments below.